marketing training and operations, and he is specialized digital marketing, inbound marketing, content marketing, branding communication, advertising, training, UX, web development, Google Analytics, social media, and YouTube. And we are honored to have you with us, sir. Uh, to say a few words about
Thank you.
Satyaraj, sir, and his history of working in at Cognizant Technologies, and right now he is associated with Robert Bosch Engineering and Business Solution, and he is into requirement gathering, consultation, contract creation, and delivery, web designing, and web and data analytics, and he also does the end-to-end process till meeting the analysis requirements, meaning all the new ones, and his additional responsibility includes SAP automation via automation anywhere. And we are happy to have you with us and to spell out a few words about Sukumar. He is a very results-oriented professional, and he has 18 years of experience in team management, business planning, sales and marketing, and channel management. We are very happy to have you with us, sir. To spell out a few words about Mr. Suresh Kumar. He is a chartered accountant. He is a fellow member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, practicing insolvency professional and registered value in financial ethics class. Currently, he is practicing as partner in SEP and Co. in Coimbatore. His area of specialization includes FEMA, CRA, and STB, financial business valuations, transfer pricing and international taxation, insolvency and bankruptcy matters. So we are very happy to have you with us, sir. And to start off with the discussion, we would like to hear it from Mr. Shekhar. Uh, let's start our discussion with Mr. Shekhar, sir. Over to you, sir.
Hi, hope you're doing good.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, and it's been a pleasure meeting everyone here. I see you and who participating on this call of us. It's really great to have everyone, of course. A little bit of expectation. I'm not sure, on the context of what we're going to discuss, because I was assuming that we're going to have, questions from everyone around the board, and we're going to answer. That was my first expectation. But an intro that was very sweet and short. Took us a long while to learn a lot, like how you guys are here, staring at us to see what different are we going to say. It is going to be challenging. You're going to learn a lot with your mistakes. You're going to learn a lot with opportunities that is going to be thrown in front of you. Yes, industries are challenges. You get to see a lot of diversion in the way you're going to see people, business, and your audience come together. Um, the challenge always lies in you. What is that different? What do you compete with? Again, a lot more that we're going to discuss. So I'm going to leave this platform open for everyone to, put questions. I think that is the best way to address this session. One thing. I'll leave the board over to probably Satya, Suresh, and probably, you also can contribute a lot as well. I'm just channelizing this again, long intro, not starting again, but then I'll continue to the other discussion.
Sure, sir.
Is there a specific, intent that we're going to discuss now? Or maybe it's just a question of
I hope there will be questions from the the masters of management. I hope so.
exactly.
Uh, Sorry to interrupt. Probably we can just start off with a few words from each one of you, and then we can ask the students to shoot off any questions that they have. The reason being, these are all freshers, and they're all new here in the calibrating.
Yep, got it. Yeah.
Okay, let me start up with thing. Okay, that question, the panel discussion topic was reinventing your career in uncertain
And
time. Am I audible clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So, uncertain time is in our lifetime. I think this is the most uncertain time we all had in this year. The year which we all want to forget and erase from our lifetime. After a decade, after a century, it has come in this year. And uncertainty is in such a way that we have never imagined that the whole world will come to a standstill situation for not days together, it was months together we had. So every year, at the beginning of the year when the new year was on, everybody had so many dreams.
Wait.
Okay, is it clear now?
Now clear.
yes, sir.
At the beginning of the year, everybody had so many dreams of what we will achieve, what we will complete by the year when it comes to a close. But as the first quarter was progressing in the year, things were a little bit going out of way. But nobody had an idea what will happen. Even if you had seen the share markets, it was all going up to March 15, March 20, everything is going up. Everybody were positive, nobody bothered about the pandemic issue and all things. But suddenly 23rd March, Tamil Nadu announced a one-day shutdown. And on March 25th, the whole India went into a 1 week closure and then a month-long closure. If you had seen the financial front, the share market collapsed to its lowest. All the shares which are of the best performing shares all crashed to 1/4 or 1/5 of the value. The best of the market shares, everything crashed because there is no money in the market. By April 1st week or 2nd week, the financial market doesn't have any money in that. Because except the banks, nothing is functioning, no cash flow into the system, no international money flowing, everything has crashed. And obviously everybody's account is supposed to be filled with salary on 1st year, but nobody is able to. Some companies released, only organized sector released. Have not released this. That will for
Suresh Kumar, ma'am.
from my side or
Yes, sir. There is some, again, there is a break in between.
Okay, ma'am. அதுதான் சொல்றேன்.
okay. The uncertainties are there in terms of individual, their income earnings can be a stop still, except for organized sector where at least they have paid some amount of salaries and all. Whereas business sector or day wage workers, nothing. They had some savings, somewhat better, but many are already in deep debts. So there is a big problem for them. In cases of corporates, their demands have crashed. They are not able to continue their productivity because labor supply, some are the other issues. There was a big uncertainty for them. When it comes to government sector, government is now there is no question of revenue or spending looking into because they have passed the budget in February, March. Generally, they open the year with making their think this is going to be an election year by the year and next year, so they will come out with so many things. But unfortunately, they have to take care of people's health and welfare of it, so their focus has changed. So this uncertainty of this year is completely changed everybody's perspective of their business, their income flow and expenditure flow, their savings and their approach of life also. Many have taken the route of yoga and all so many things with many of my friends. They used that opportunity. Many have used that opportunity to get fit more. They have spent time with a lot of walking. Family have family bondages have improved in this period. If you see in this uncertainty, many of the kids have learned the historical games, their old age games, what their grandmothers have had. All those things they have started learning those things. So this uncertainty because of health factor. Earlier we had uncertainty in 2018 because of a pure financial factor. The financial derivative market crashed and leading to so many financial and economical issues in the country. But this time it was a different set of uncertainty in terms of health risk, which again posed a huge amount of financial and economical stringent decision for every one of us, be it government or corporate or individual. In this period, many of us have reinvented ourselves in different forms. One in terms of improving our skills. Second, in terms of analyzing our own time utilization, our own in terms of financial things. If you see what is our income potential things or expenditure side, we had opportunity to relook into ourselves, carried out cost reduction methodologies, seen the income side, what are all the likely drops and how to revamp it. We had a good opportunity to revisit entire numbers because we were sitting idle for almost 90 days, close to that. Okay, how much we can place? We are sitting idle is also most difficult task for us. And how we can improve the technology in our office. So there was a thing wherever we require 1 week shutdown in office, that kind of works and we carried out and we upgraded the technology in our office. So many things we did it. Okay, this is from shortly from myself. Let's hear from our fellow panelists on how the reinventing has started from their side, then we can get into answering the questions.
Super, sir. So, Caroline or Rebecca,
Yes, sir.
me or
Yes, sir, you can carry on, sir. You carry on.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay. So, thank you so much, and myself Satya, and hope you have seen my post in the invitation with the long beard, wherein I have a passion towards modeling as well as training. So now, due to the COVID situation, as shared by am I audible now?
Yes, sir. In between there was a break, now
Okay.
it's fine.
Yes, there is an interruption. Okay. So, as I said, like I'm into modeling. I mean, I have a passion towards modeling and training the new joiners and some management people. And apart from that, to personify myself, you can call me as Satya. And I am a Coimbatore addict, loving and living in Coimbatore. And to share about my experience in Bosch, I hold the responsibility of lead management into commercial and tech. then again to build the revenue. So, and also due to this COVID situation, we had a lot of requirements from customers. Like we also designed a platform for the employees to register their health status. Of March, we started working from home with our own networks, and till now, we got a revenue like the management's expectation is 100%. We are into some 125%. So that is that we added 25%, even regardless of the uncertainty or if there is a natural calamity, whatever it is, we have to be ready to face it with our own responsibility, and we have to be switching over between decision making as well as reaction towards the situation. So this is what we are doing it currently. And finally, before I end my intro topic, we are automating few topics. Whatever the manual efforts that are being spent more than expected, so we are just automating using robotic process automation. So why I'm telling about this here is you have to be updated into emerging technologies. So a lot of technologies that the organizations are acquiring, like automation and artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. So a lot of things, data science. So as a management student, you should be also aware of the technical updates. Apart from the commercial things, apart from the entrepreneur as well as the professional skills. So this is my hint or suggestion for you to get updated random wise. Even if that is not relevant to you, please try to get updated. And that's all. Finally, before I end, I would like to end with a quote that if you want to fly high, please don't wait for the wings to grow, just create the wings of yourself. That's all about me in precise, and thank you for letting me this opportunity. And I wish this will be a wonderful experience with a lot of basic or complex or hypothetical questions. We are ready to share based on our experience and knowledge.
Thank you, Satya sir. We'll have the Q&A session at the end after Sukumar sir gives his talk.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
Rebecca. Thank you,
Thank you,
Satya.
sir.
That was a terrible speech. Hello, everyone. This is Kumar. Yeah, I don't want to keep this, platform for a long time, so I'll make my speech shorter. So, as the ma'am introduced, yes, I do have 18 years of experience both locally and internationally. On those 18 years, I did work with years. As like you, I did completed my MBA, but I pursued in Scotland. So before that, I did MBA. So the most companies that I work, most as MNCs, like companies like Super, Starch Wipro, SRCAS, and also I work in this wide experience, what I would like to tell you is like it's not an easy job. Yes, I know there are it's very tough because you learn a lot. So for that we need open accepting things. A good manager or a leader, I would say, is like manage the time especially, and also we need to be able to communicate. Because whatever we want to see the team, we should be communicating rightly, things like that. Because we know how to so here is there that one of the human might have a lot of questions that also we have to discuss. So and also I want to control benefits in the future. This pandemic situation, I wish all stay safe and also take care of your family. So at your let's start the sessions. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for coming online. Students, if y'all can unmute and raise your question.
Yes, you can ask any questions, even that may seem simple, but that would be useful for other students.
you want to point at anyone in specific by name, please go ahead. We'll be happy to answer.
So they're totally freshers. They haven't started their I mean,
Okay.
getting into their subject now.
The
So
crew
they
of
are from
asking
very
questions.
they are totally from different different areas. Actually, they are from arts, totally from arts, computer science, English, BCom, and all stuff. So I think they're a little bit hesitant to ask questions. But before
No
that
worries.
start, or before them, I would like to ask a question. What, since all four of you all are in the line of recruiting people, you all are all experienced, you all, what are the specific skills that, the students need to shapen up or, be specialized before coming into the cockpit after this pandemic line? I know before earlier it was that 50 on the 50 percentage on the communication skills and 50 on the technical will do for a student to get recruited. But now the scenario has totally changed. Now everybody is asking for some specialized candidate who are really good in this. If you got 80% in technical and 80% in communication, you'll be recruited. You'll be on the first line. So I just where people can uh, skill themselves, which area should they focus more after this pandemic? So could anyone or anybody of you all share few points on that line?
Okay. Maybe I'm leaving it open if anyone wants to take it, or I can go ahead.
Uh, you can, sir. I will be the second one then.
Okay, there's no second. We know we are guiding your thoughts. It's fine. Okay. Then, to be very honest, or to the women's group here, I would
Nine for the working.
believe that nothing changed. To be very honest with you guys, when you talk about the pandemic, that's great. I saw Suresh put a lot of points in financial hits. Yes, that was a big impact. And of course, Sapir told about the different changes that he brought in. Yes, again, when you look at it, we have just modified our way of working a little bit. But, if you ask me if we have changed anything different, the only point that stands as savings for the organization, yes, that's the factor that everyone did for us. But when you talk about skill sets, the job demands something that relates to what they need to know, and that has not changed at all. If you look at a layman term or expectations of anybody, the only change that I could talk about, if you want to laugh, please go. But then you need to have a strong internet connection. Yeah, that's an individual requirement that we had. And how you're going to present yourself in front of a board, in front of a camera, how comfortable are you talking over a virtual platform to meet your clients, so on and so forth. Because email overrules anytime. But yes, now we have the meeting platforms that is overruling every second, every minute of what you want to bring in for discussion. For example, we have a board of directors meeting that was happening on the board in paper, but now it's on a virtual conference. How comfortable is that going to be? If you look at it, people are the same. The skill sets remains the same. So don't get carried away, guys. I'm just saying that not to panic, you guys, or whatever. But skill sets are same. We are not expecting anything different. So your core competency on your job roles versus your communication matters a lot, because that is where you're going to be addressing your people or your audience. But then what really gotten a little edge is how you're going to be presenting virtually. That's the thing that you guys need to really understand, because interviews are no longer face to face in an organization. It has come via Skype, it has come via distant platform, virtual platforms, wherever you are. But then it relates a lot when you see your friends sitting next to you in the interview panels, maybe in the interviews along with you, there's a little bit of conflict. Now it's one-to-one online. So here, all that you need to focus is on language in reality, how you want to present yourself. There's no one who's going to guide you or throw a pin. So it's going to be you, only you. So remember that. Okay? But of course, yes, we're all there for support. Hope that answers my question. So skill sets never, nothing has changed there.
All
It's
right,
been the
sir.
same. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We would like to hear it from Suresh.
Yeah, as Shekhar has said, when we recruit people, there is no new thing we expect in this sector. In finance, more we ask them that they should be strong in fundamentals, and second, because they have to interact more with clients, their communication skill has to be there. And the only important thing is earlier you would have a chance of having a face-to-face discussion, so you'll be able to impress upon the client easily. But today you'll be having more of e-meetings, phone calls, where sometimes even we are not able to even see the faces, because today also see we are seeing only three faces, rest all are screen closed. Like you will be talking to people virtually, so your communication skills should be so enabled in such a way that you will be able to influence with your language, with your way of modulations. uh, Body languages doesn't have any significance now through virtual things. So you will not be able to maintain an eye contact also when you do the communication things. So more important thing, so you have to means sharpen your communication ability so that you will make your point conveyed very strongly to the other person mind. So the skill set we little more important we give is communication, other than your strong fundamental knowledge on the subject. These two are the priorities. Nothing else have changed in that.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, we'd like to hear it from Satya, sir.
Sure. So when I see a change in the expectations from us, we experienced a lot of unique updates. First thing, the masters should have in mind to make themselves unique from preparing their bio as a resume. So that should be unique. For yes. Okay. Stop me if I'm not audible or any questions in between. And yeah, I will continue then. So when we see the changes, there is an expectation like the people have to be unique and starting from their initial preparation to the virtual interview. So currently and in previously also there were some virtual interviews in terms of telephonic or video con. But now it's happening as a regular topic, virtual interviews. So your initial preparation should be unique. When you are stepping into an organization for an interview, your resume should be unique. It should not be a template that you have to follow from your class representative or from Google or browsing. It should be unique. That has to be built up by your own. So I would suggest to have a LinkedIn profile. So that's the basic thing that we expect. And when you register in LinkedIn, they will teach you how to build a resume by sharing a few examples of Google, Facebook, and also some CEO resume. So you have to be aware of the updated expectations. So when I say it as resume, the next thing is that there is also a term that is happening called video resume. So video resume is for you to expose yourself, your uniqueness, your strengths, weaknesses in a short form of a video up to 30 seconds. So everything is happening in soft copy, right? So when you are sending a resume, you also attach your video resume. So that will bring a confidence on you. When before you step into the interview, when they see your video resume, that will build a confidence on you, so that they will have a positive perception towards you when you are sitting in front of them. Even if you make some mistakes, that will not be in their mind. So it is like up to some 60% you are already cracked the interview. So this is about the virtual interview, like how to have to do some initial preparations. And final thing is that you have to be prepared, like physically, mentally, and technologically. So when I see it as physically, it should be like how you attire in front of the interviewers. You may face one people sitting in front of you, or some 4 to 5 people. So how you present yourself physically. One thing is the dress code, and another thing is your body language. So when you practice something, like even we also practice when we conduct the video trainings, and also for this session also I practiced myself whether I am fitting into the frame. So a lot of things that comes with the practice. So when you practice, you will realize your mistakes, and then you will overcome that for sure. So that is about the physical thing. And mentally, they will have some expectations from you in terms of soft skills. So that is your mental preparation. Soft skills, they mostly expect you to have some kind of interpersonal relationship. So that is a great soft skills that one should possess to manage the situations in an organization. So that's why they evaluate people in terms of soft skills also. So this should be your mental preparation. And finally, the technical preparation, you should be aware of the video calling apps. These are some basic tips. You should be aware of the video calling apps because there are a lot of video calling apps: Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Free Conference, Zoom. So you should be aware of some technical related applications, and also you should make 100% you are technically organized. Should have great bandwidth because it should not interrupt your answers to the questions. So you should have a good internet connectivity, and then UPS power, so that when some unexpected power issues, you should be ready to face it, and good webcam, and that's all. You are all set. So finally, it is, I'm just bringing you the keyword to prepare physically, mentally, and technically. That's all. So if you prepared on this, you are 80% through the interview. And that's all about my opinion. If you have any questions or difference of opinion, you can just be very open to ask.
Thank you, Satya sir. It was really nice sharing your insights on that. We have a question from one of the students, Mr. Sriram. Sriram, we would like you to unmute and speak up. Instead of typing text, please kindly unmute and speak.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to all. Sir, I have a question for you. Risk about risk. Risk we take should be handled in this careful way. How can we get to the problems in business, but doing business with minimal loss of our possessions?
Yeah. Yeah, you are audible. Obviously, since you are a management student, we will come across your this as a part in your curriculum as a risk management. In any business, especially the role of CEO is doing only risk management. If you see, the CEO doesn't sit and do his job. He doesn't have day-to-day work of getting into the operations and seeing it. He just sees the reports and putting things. The major role he has to see is one, HR risk. When people, whether people that they are not in his hands, if somebody leaves, is there an alternative? So HR risk he has to have a clear first level, second level, what kind of alternate substitute he has it. He has to plan that. So that's one HR risk he has to manage. Second, finance risk is one more element where obviously company should have adequate cash flow management. Obviously there will be some contingencies, extraordinaries happening, things will be there. For that, how he will manage that exceptional situation where from which source he will bring the cash. So that he has to have a clear plan of how he will face the financial risk. So that's one second thing. Then there is a business risk, or marketing or business risk, where your product one side productivity side and another side on the marketing side. So productivity side, obviously with proper planning of material inflow, properly managing it, and your key vendors, suppliers, having an alternate supplier for anything. So there's a risk of supply chain and productivity. He has to see that always there's an alternate available in case if the key things fail. Because routine normal things, there will be always managers, junior managers to manage it. The CEO doesn't have a role to play there because he's already defined the system. So when things go out of the order, when the risk occurs, there should be an alternate plan which the CEO should have thought through and arrangement. Then inside of market, obviously that's a very dynamic thing wherein things keep changing if you don't follow the market on day-to-day basis. Some items you might have to follow through on hourly basis. Some places are weekly, monthly. You will be keep monitoring that what's happening. Your managers, senior managers, or operational level managers, they may not be monitoring the market so accurately because they will be tied up with the day-to-day operational issues. So CEO will be having a great interaction with various forums, with industrial associations, market prediction, so many things he will be monitoring. So he has to have risk analysis of even the customer and marketing side also, so that this risk analysis, which will be the major role, the 90% of the time of the CEO is utilized for this risk management only. If he is able to manage this risk, the entire business will go in the long run very smoothly. So any type of risk, be it financial, operational, human resource, whatever it is, you should have a risk analysis done, what kind of things can go wrong and what is the alternate mechanism you had done it. This is just if you have seen an example in IT sector, they generally people take a backup of whatever the data, software and all those things. It is nothing but you envisage a risk of data failure or something and you do it. If you get into a banking sector where the data are have to be live every second because the data is connected to internet, your ATM card, ATM centers, branch and so many things. So there every month or quarterly once they do a crash test, they will see that one branch is closed and the entire branch functions from another remote site. They will do a crash test of that. So such kind of risk analysis, and you foresee a normal situation or an extraordinary situation and what kind of planning we should do, a demo run, if there is a fire, if there is an accident, how you will do it, how you will face it, what kind of trainings and all will be conducted in the company to ensure that if a contingency happens, the loss is minimal. If you don't foresee a risk and if you don't train your manpower to face that risk, then the loss will be uncontrollable and it will go unlimited. If the risk is already thought through and if you have conducted a basic amount of training for your workforce to manage it, then your risk can be zero or you can minimize the loss whatever it is. So it's always your prediction of what kind of risk and how you plan to manage it. That only will reduce your loss in any uncertainty. That's from my side. Let's hear from our fellow panelists.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh. Sorry, Chandra, go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Then I just want to share my experience as I just jumped in. Sorry, Shigar. Sriram, that's a good question actually, and actually Suresh nailed it actually. That's exactly what the company does it. Because when I worked in the Standard Chartered Bank, they did have a separate team. They call it as business as usual team. What they do is like they train every members in that company to handle risk actually. So the training starts right as Suresh has said, like right from fire to exit actually. So what will happen in case if you have a fire? So they train the members in that kind of situation. Where is the exit point? How do we evacuate that place? So that kind of training they started. And also in case of a pandemic or a catastrophe, like a cyclone or anything like that, where they're going to close this branch, what is to be the next step? How are we going to do it? So that kind of a training. So they will take you to the place where they have an alternate location and everything is ready. They have the backup, they have the system in place, and they have the key members to work. So everything is being done. So similarly, on each and every aspect of a business, it is being already done, and it is being evaluated every year. Actually, it is not like just one time where they come and tell you and they just go off. No, they don't do that. It is like every year, in fact, I would say, they will come back to you on every aspect of the business to tell you like what is the analysis they have done it, and what is the kind of measure they have taken from their side, and they will keep us updated about the business to make sure that the business is as usual, no matter what happens. So that's a learning that I've heard from there. So different companies does it in a different way, but I just want to come up or I want to share my thank you. Shekhar, I'm very sorry. Please continue.
Nothing to feel sorry about that. That was an insight, on experiences, how different people approach, this. And again, when Suresh sir was talking about that was perfect, fit on how different, segments within an organization look at having somebody to back them up in case they have a crisis. Now, when you look at the pandemic situation, it hit people. People, are the key resources for the organization. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it hit people badly. Now, when I say that, that this person has COVID and he's not going to be there, that was a fear factor that we got hit first before the lockdown, and now it has become a little normal in how we're thinking. And I know in this panel, or the student group, you should have heard about Irish videos, you've heard about Six Sigma, you guys have heard about a lot of corporate quality, within organizations. They say that you're certified in this. There was one key phrase that you always hear, organization should be process oriented and not people oriented. Now, again, people drive process, then process drives the organization. So this was pushed to the limelight, or more focus was given during this tough situation. So what we did as in, business practitioners in the organization, we started writing processes big time. Now, if you take my example, I handle 4 key big giant, via digital marketing. I'm going to name them. I'm just going to keep that confidential at that. But then these are big clients, and if I don't exist, then it's going to be challenging for someone to take it over and run it from the position that I'm in. Because if I don't exist, then the client is not going to be with me. So, that is where the backup plan was created. So what we took time within months is to write a very detailed process document. Now, we had one. Now, you may ask me, you already had one process document, then why are you writing another one? I'm writing another one for key elements that doesn't exist in the document. What is different of that process document that exists? So that different one was like the quick starter guide. Now, tomorrow, if I'm not there, how am I going to start that quick? So, that is how people want it, right? So that is one big change that now when I say I need to follow A, B, C, D, E, that is how I'm going to follow it. But then what is key that I need to focus on that A, B, C, D, right? So the quick starter guide was that we were pushed. And the second one, again, you would not, believe, the organization started strengthening themselves. Now, we take our examples. As an organization, we have different competitors in the market. So what we were asked to do is take time, any which ways you're locked inside. But again, you have your routine work that you need to focus. So you are writing something that will say that of your existence, how things can operate normally. And the second thing is how you can strengthen your organization. Of course, it's against the competitors. You just go ahead and say, get yourself involved in different training programs, get certified, and you stay on edge. Because tomorrow a client might come out with any requirement saying, how different are you? We were with this organization and this is doing in a crisis like this. So how can you help us? So we were getting asked to see how we can, bridge the gaps that organization had versus us, and how we can help our clients. Right? So these are the two, primary focus. And we had downtime, downfall, whatever. Okay, so you can call it. Again, as I said, things changed around us a little bit, but then as people, we always found, options. We always found, ways that we can keep things functioning smoother. Um, yeah, so the panic for you guys, maybe as man was saying that you guys are freshers, take off that thing of freshers. You're no longer freshers. You're seeing things happening outside. Okay, the freshers is going to give a for you somewhere on your thought process, but I'll say keep it open. You're no longer freshers, MBAs, right? So think in that aspect. Okay, you're understanding what we are trying to say. Relate it with your lifestyle, relate it with your education, how things have changed. No one would have of you would have expected that you're going to do an online class now. How different things are. So you're open now. So your teachers are open. Your professors are open. So they make notes. They come online. So this is the process that I'm talking about. How things change. Right? We always had backgrounds. We always had different approaches. But then a situation always insists. But that is not what you guys should be doing. So as an individual, you insist yourself to see how different you can approach any situation. But these are all the learnings that you can take, that how things revolve around you. But then as an individual, put yourself in a place, come up with solutions before some situation like hits you hard and say, oh, you need to do this, right? So be a quick starter somewhere, on this question. I believe, Sriram, your question was answered, maybe all dimensions. I'm just waiting for one to listen to Satya, probably the most.
Sure, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So to put up an end note, because um, I really got lot of insights from Shekhar sir, Suresh sir and Sugma sir, because I am kind of not much deep into that. But based on our process experience, we started with 3 level of risk management. That may be like somehow useful to you. One is we managed based on any kind of uncertainty during some maintenance in terms of network issues, anything. So we managed to do some floor migration, whatever it is. If there is a maintenance that the power is connectivity. Sorry for the interruption. If there is a risk in terms of any, again to say, power issues or internet connectivity, we plan for a floor migration. So we also have another floor for employees to work there. So that there we handle the risk of not getting spoiled in terms of any deliveries. And the second thing is that managing the resources in terms of when, as Shekhar sir said, when an employee is unwell and there requires the presence of another employee to step in and do the process that the person who is unwell has to deliver. So there we plan the proxy management. So there should be a proxy always to be there to support in terms of any uncertain situation for a primary employee. So that's how we plan the proxy management. And finally, due to this COVID situation, we came up with an updated thing of managing things automatically. So you should have a note here that there is an expectation that we should be learning some new things. We should not be going in the same way, because currently, as I said, what I was doing as an additional responsibility of automating the manual efforts. So this is a real example. One person was working in SAP doing order confirmation with manual efforts. We realized that project to be automized, and we just took it over with very challenging thing, because we don't know much about the automation. We just learned the tool, and also with some scripts based on our creativity and interesting. So we just automated it. That person got quarantined. So they will not allow laptop or usage of any devices to be with very precautions. So for 20 days he was not working. As well as the proxy, he is also occupied completely on the task. Because of this COVID, we received a lot of requirements. So we have to deliver on time with 100% quality. So the automated worked out here. So this is our final thing, that we are automating things. So I advise you to learn the emerging technologies. So there you can just manage the risk by putting yourself into random enhancements. So since you are from MBA, you don't have to go in the same way by learning only into the commercials or into a professional career of HR, finance, or as an entrepreneur. Even if you're an entrepreneur, you would understand that you should acquire some emerging technologies. For example, all the companies nowadays using automation as their core topic. So this is for your information for you to learn it further. And that's all about my points here.